Hello, I've been assigned to see the history of Yishun and to see whether Yishun is truly unlucky or cursed. And you know what? We had to start right away.
Well, let me bring you through what I found. You see, Yishun used to have a lot of plantations, including rubber plantations and, of course, pineapple plantations by our very own pineapple king, Lim Soon. Yeah, that's what Yishun is named after. It's named after our pineapple king.
No wonder I like pineapple so much.
Anyway, I digress. Yishun came from such beautiful beginnings, plantations, fishing villages like in Salata, and so on. So why in the world is it being known as a haunted, creepy Singaporean Florida? Huh? Why? Well, in more recent history, we do have a bunch of weird events that happen. And yeah, I looked at a definitely legit source. Yeah, but actually, this is stuff that I've seen in the news. I've seen it in the news too. And let's see, there was a cat killer in 2015 who got caught. Thank goodness they were caught because our cats need to stay safe. And for the safety of the cats, I shall not divulge their locations. Then there were multiple drug raids with, results, which means that many times people peddling drugs have been found in Yishun. And why is that the case? Well, I think our geographer can give us an explanation, but it's actually not just Yishun, it's in other places too. And in addition, there were multiple murders and suicides in Yishun, apparently. I need to check that. But I would say, actually, I can ask the data analyst to check if there are more such things happening in Yishun than in other places. But yeah, this sort of thing can happen anywhere in Singapore. It's not dependent on the location, right? So I don't find it especially weird for Yishun unless Yishun is a depressing place to be in. Yeah, so Yishun doesn't really have a historical reason to be cursed, and it does experience some unusual stuff, but that doesn't mean you have to be scared unless you did something wrong. Yeah, like legit, if you didn't do anything wrong, you don't have to worry about anything. But except for this particular incident, which would scare even me. And what is this incident, you might ask? Well, in very, very long ago, there was a terrorist attack plan, which luckily never came to fruition because that's scary. And Yishun MRT was one of the targeted attack sites. And that's why you must always learn SG Secure. Be ready for anything. But yeah, this was supposedly back in 2001, so 2001, which is like 20 years ago. And the government found out about it and they prevented it from happening, which is great. There's a whole document about it, so yeah, I guess the government has something to talk about and tell us to follow SG Secure. But yeah, Yishun wasn't the only target, and there were multiple embassies and some other places in in that particular plan, and that means they consider Yishun an important place. Interesting. And there are probably some reasons which are not really the fault of Yishun itself. And at the same time, we can say that many good things have happened in Yishun in recent years. It's not just all the weird things that people keep talking about, but also a lot of good things. We have, we are like a dementia-friendly town. So if you have a person who's a dementia patient, you don't have to worry about it. We have people who can help them get back home. We have a hospital right here. We have a mall in which you can get lost if you want to. I mean, there are quite a few malls that you can get lost in by accident. And we have an industrial area where stuff gets made. And we have a wonderful dog park, which was a prime ground for Pokemon Go enthusiasts. And it's still prime ground for monkeys. We have a Chongpeng or Chongpeng City to be more accurate, where you can get all sorts of goods. And if you're a bit unlucky, COVID. But I don't think that's the case, yeah.
So far, it seems like the history of Yishun is actually quite normal, and Yishun just seems like a normal place with some weird occurrences. But you know what doesn't lie? Statistics. So next up, I'll be passing the baton on to the data analyst to see if Yishun really has more crimes or weird occurrences than the rest of Singapore. And with that, I shall sign off.